Hi there, this is just as short as I can make it intro to my latest video. It's probably going to be about best part of 20 minutes, but there's a lot of content in here. So this is part 4 of our review, Bruce and I, of the PARD SA25 thermal rifle scope. First of all, thank you very much to George of PrecisionnightVision.com. Thank you very much for his patience, because we've had this for quite a few weeks. So thank you very much, George, for that. I've seen his advert in the latest BASC magazine, and he's got some of the keenest prices I've seen online for on his website for the PARDs especially, and the PARD 007, 008, 008 LRF. It's the best kit out there that I've so far seen, but I am angling to get as much kit as we can to review honestly and in great detail ASAP, so watch this space. Thank you too to everyone on the Night Vision forum for all the latest up-to-date conversations about the latest kit going on there. It is the place to go to see the latest discussions on the latest night vision and thermal kit, see what's hot, what's not, where the keenest prices are, and where home builds and DIY developments are as well. And thanks to everyone there for their encouragement and their keenness to watch these videos. Please forgive me, this has been, I've had a lot of work to do recently on this. I'll put the link to the Night Vision forum below. Thanks also to Bruce for his help in doing this review. And I'm going to put some text up here. If I move to the side, there's going to be some text here showing you roughly where to skip to if you want to see some different sections. Basically, I went out, this is my first thermal scope I've ever tested. So I went out to the Grampian Air Rifle Club a few weeks ago, and because I had no idea if the Zero was anywhere near ballpark, I first tried it outdoors. To my pleasant surprise, I didn't have to run down or hop down the range to warm up the steel targets with a little blowtorch I've got for the purpose. The impact of each 177 non-FAC pellet was just visible, this little flash of heat, just visible from each, the friction from each impact. So first of all, I did that outdoors, and then I went indoors at 25-meter range and warmed the target up with a, I've got one here somewhere, yeah, warm the target up with one of these heat pads. You click a little metal disc, it warms up, knead it a bit to get it thoroughly warm, and then I just electrical taped it to the back of the steel target, and that warmed the bunny up kept it warm for about an hour, but it's nowhere near as warm and therefore as bright as it would have been on the thermal scope against a live rabbit. So I did more of the shooting there, I did more of the practice indoors. Then there's a short section of video with indoors again in the 25-meter range on a different day, shooting a sheet of MDF, and to my pleasant surprise, each pellet that penetrates the MDF left a small heat signature enough to aim at. So if I had two or three pellets in the same spot, warms up, becomes visible, and then you can start doing your zero adjustments. Then I went out to, unfortunately there are no rats in my local permission. I mean, the farmer's chuffed. I've let the farmer know, so he's aware now from the trail cameras I've left up for several weeks, in some cases covering sort of little piles of bait, and there are no rats indoors in my local permission because it's just too mild out there. It's about 7 degrees today. The rats around here are hardy. They don't go indoors unless it's down to like minus figures. So there's no rat footage, I'm afraid. But tail end of this video, I then go to the final section. I then go to the paddocks and film some rabbits, which obligingly were running around between 60 and about 370 meters away, and you really can spot them all out to those ranges. So there's a section of video of that, and looking at some horses as well. And this is recorded on the, where is it? It's basically recorded from PARD SA25 via Bruce's Wonder cable, which he made up for me, onto the Yukon MPR, and I bought this years ago from Scott Country International. I don't know if they're still available, but it's half decent kit. The quality of the footage from both outdoor Grampian Air Rifle Club range, indoors, and from the paddocks is not fantastic because output signal from the PARD SA25 via the cable onto the Yukon is degraded at every stage. The display is crystal clear, 1024 by 768 resolution, and it's a very good view. And also, I should warn you, the reticles on the PARD, I pull them all up, demonstrate them, different colours, different designs. They look rubbish on the screen on this, from this recording, because simply the quality is degraded. So a very fine single pixel wide crosshairs that's very sharp and clear on the PARD, not very good from here. And then right at the end of the video, the footage, I stuck on my PARD 008 LRF day and night HD rifle scope, and I stuck that on so I could range the various rabbits and horses and such like that I've been watching in the footage just before that, so I could range them with the onboard laser rangefinder. Forgive me if the focus isn't perfect, because I've got another short video coming up with the LE032 laser rangefinder added on the side of the PARD, just to do a comparison between vertical and horizontal LRF laser splashes. That's another short video coming up shortly. Because of having that on the left side, I couldn't really reach around very easily to the focus ring on the left, and the right hand side has the built-in 008 LRF's laser rangefinder, so the focus isn't perfect. You'll have to forgive me on that one, but you'll see more footage, more videos coming up from me soon. Right, without any further ado, here's the rest of the footage. Thanks very much for watching. So here's the PARD 008 LRF I've just taken off, and it's sunshade, I don't need that at night. Here is the PARD SA25, and you'll see I've got Bruce's fab cable connected up, and on this side I've got the Yukon MPR recorder. So I've been recording my zeroing tonight, so hopefully I'll splice in a second. Yeah, fantastic bit of kit. Thanks very much to George at PrecissionNightVision.com for loaning me this. Russ Douglas 222, recording for YouTube at Grampian Air Rifle Club, outdoors. There's a couple of us on the range here. I was wondering, how do I warm up the targets so they show, but I can actually see them. I've gone up to full mag here, which is sort of 3 times, which would make it 6 times, I believe. And I'm aiming with the PIP, picture-in-picture mode. If you watch this, there it is. So I need to, that's it, just get it ballpark, that's at about 15 metres, because that target there, this is about 25, and those in the distance at 50 metres. So, let's see if I can get the menu up, and the zeroing menu back. Right. I saw the little flicker. Okay. Just excuse me speaking to my scope, I'm recording at the moment. Right, PIP on, PIP magnified. Let's see if I can hit the reset disc. I did. Right, let's see how close we are to. Let's try a headshot. Pretty much got bang on. So, try a further target. Now, the naked eye, I can see the kill zone. Through the scope, I can't. Let's try and record it. No, not resetting. So I'm going to disable the PIP. back into the menu, short press, and hit off, back up to the top, and onto mat 1 mag, 2 mag, correct. 20 metres. I'm hitting the steel target, I think that's me out of ammo, but I'm hitting the steel target. High. So I'm going to go back into the menu. Other way. I think that's about where it was. Get the magnification on again. Just at the range, I've just been zeroing the PARD SA25 thermal scope. It's a very cold night, it's about 1 or 2 degrees. I can see my breath in the air, and the steel targets downrange are kind of blending in. They're just standing out from the grass, but not by much. So I managed to zero the scope at about 22 meters, just going off the slight flash I'm seeing from the pellet strikes on the steel targets, steel silhouettes. But I'm going to go indoors and see if I can adjust the zeros slightly for 25 meters, because in the next day or two I'm hoping to get some footage for you of this scope doing some ratting, or detecting some rats. So I'll see what I can do, fingers crossed. So this is Russ Douglas 222, Grand Pinot Rifle Club, and loading up the Wildcat, pointing down range. I'm just completing my review of the excellent PARD SA25 thermal scope. So unfortunately this doesn't record, but I've got video out signal here, cable Bruce made, I've got a Yukon MPR video recorder, and you can see the image there. Including, I've got the PIP on, for a picture. So if I have a look down range and see if I can pick this up. I should be recording this right now anyway. Oh, actually, I need to shoot the bunny's brain before I reset it.
Hello, mate. How you doing? All right? Good man.
There we go. That's a kill. And resetting it.
This is exciting. Yeah. I'd be good.
Complete zero it. There we go, that's it reset. See if I can kill it again. Yep, it's a kill. And yep, that's a reset. I'm using my normal scope here. If you want to film this way, so I'm using my normal scope here, and this is pointing downrange roughly at the bunny, and this is actually acting as this is my PARD 008 LRF laser rangefinder, and I'm actually recording using this as a video camera, because this is normally on the same rail. But for the purpose of this review, and this is zeroing, wanted to get the zeroing spot on, and after this, hopefully tonight or tomorrow, I'll get down to one of my permissions and film some bunnies and some rats, and basically record the quality. Unfortunately, the quality recorded on the Yukon MPR is quite significantly lower than the quality I can see through the eyepiece. This is 1024 by 768 in the eyepiece, but the Yukon MPR at best is like 800 and by 600 or something like that. So, and it loses a fair bit of translation when it goes through the cable. But hopefully I'll splice some video in here for the YouTube video, for the review. And thanks very much for Brian for filming. So, see if we can get some more kills. So if I have a look down range, and we'll see if Brian can pick this up. So I should be recording this right now anyway. There we go. That's a kill. And resetting it. Nope. It's not zeroed perfectly, which is why I'm actually here tonight, to complete zero it. There we go, that's it reset. I'm going to kill it again. Yep. Kill. And yep, that's a reset. I've put a sheet of MDF downrange with 3 different styles of pieces of tin foil on it. And as you can see here, I can barely see in the naked, well, with 2 times base zoom. So let's go to times 2, which gives me 4, and times 4, which gives me 8 mag. Now I can see that one there, the bottom one, is a scrunched up ball of tin foil. This one here is a triple layer of tin foil that's slightly crinkly. And that one there, which is barely visible, is a very flat 2 or 3 ply tin foil. So let's see if we can put any pellets into these and check the group size. Interesting, I see heat from where the pellet struck, ever so slightly high. The heat from the pellet strikes is getting bigger and bigger. I'm aiming where the foil was. Right, there's 4 shots. I'll aim at this other sheet. Even out, although the rifle is currently zeroed for 25 metres with its thermal scope, I've got no magazines loaded, and this is just a recording exercise. So hoping to do the same recording with the same SCL35. So I can see some rabbits there. I know from experience that fence line where the reticle is right now, that hedge, is about 140 metres away. So it's about 90 to 100 metres away where that rabbit is in the crosshair right now. I'm just going to get the trigger sticks so I can do this hands-free. Okay, recording again. So the PARD SA25, this is on the base mag, which Bruce has measured at 2 times. If I magnify it just once, there we see the 2 times digital mag on the pop-up picture-in-picture, and again that's 4 times, so that gives us, this is now 8 times magnification. Now you can see that those rabbits are pixely blobs. You can work out what direction they're moving in, which direction is the head and the tail, but that's about it. But this is only the 25mm version. It's a nice cold night. It's -1 right now. It's clear, there's no fog or anything, no moisture in the air, and it's quite a clear picture. So you can see, as a spotter, I'm not even changing the focus here, and that wall there is about 300 metres away from here, 300 to 400 metres. So that's quite a clear picture on the main picture. Obviously it's very pixely, PIP, the picture-in-picture, 8 times mag. Right, that's on 2 times mag. So the PIP main window is 2 times, the PIP window is 4 times, and that's a horse munching away on its back. So that's a pretty clear view of these rabbits at the sort of ranges you could engage them at. that's the sort of view you're going to get. So I would be happy with this, taking headshots with rabbits out to about 25, maybe 30 metres tops. As a spotter, well, I can clearly see rabbits 100 metres away, and one or two there, and further over there there's a couple there. That's 300 to 400 metres away. So that's the view you're getting. This is the mid-range, this is the SA25. If I was shelling out for a thermal scope, I'd buy the SA45 LRF with the laser rangefinder included. Narrower field of view, but much better magnification, to give it better range. As a spotter, I have a airgun FAC range airgun rimfire, or shorter range rimfire scope. This is very nice. Here, I'm just directing the scope, still recording, directing the scope at static caravan. You see the heat source from the window and the vents. And here, about 50 metres away, we have a horse in its box. And then the main menu, that's just out of interest. Let's just put the hot track on. And we can see the hot track working. The warmest thing within the view is the horse. I'm just going to go and view those bunnies again. You can see the hot track is jumping to the chimney. It's the warmest object in the view. And you can see the PIP doesn't show enough in the zoomed window. I'm just fumbling to find the, there we go. Oh, another horse there. Put the hot track back off. The same spot I did last night from the permissions. Put the IR light on. I'm recording with my PARD LRF day and night scope HD. The IR, onboard IR is only on level 1 and is focused. Tight beam, as tight as it goes anyway. I can see a couple of rabbits over there, beyond that horse. Now last night I thought this was 100 metres. This is the laser rangefinder. Ah, not far off. The horse is 90. The rabbit's about 105. Distant head is actually 180, 190. That's what I thought was 140 last night. There's a scan left in the distance. Yeah, the furthest. Oh, there's rabbits over there.